Often I get asked, what do you do if there's a one spot and it seems to be the most difficult spot? For example, next to that curb there. You should hook slightly out to open an angle. Make sure you indicate left. Make sure no one's coming from the opposite and also that no one's overtaking you. As your mirror aligns with the line, the first line of your intended bay there, sure you can see that just under the base of the mirror. Swing sharply left. Here is the reason you shouldn't be worried about parking in your driving test. Parking a car takes only 1 minute out of your driving assessment. The other exercise, left something behind, that takes about 2 minutes. And driving sections, at least about half an hour. Interestingly, people are worried about reverse parking, but the majority of people who fail in the final stages of their driving assessment fail for forward parking. So how to forward park correctly? There are 2 stages: aligning your car and then management throughout the process. What do you use? How do you check if you are still going okay or you need some corrections throughout the process? Here are some valuable tips how you can nail your forward parking in a driving test. Parking forward on the right side is very simple. You indicate, if you chose, for example, that bay that I'm pointing to now, when my mirror overshoots the top of the line there, if you're driving a sedan or a small hatch, depending on the size of your bonnet, this should be about correct reference point. Okay, so now I go full lock, check around you, there's a car behind me. Now you can see in the side little bubble mirrors, if you are going to end up okay, you can see exactly in that mirror where the line is, and same in the opposite side mirror. Now if you want to park next to a car, especially on the left side, it's easiest to park after the car, on the far side of the car. Hook slightly out to open up an angle. When my mirror aligns with the left side of that vehicle roughly, I can start to turn. I get my back off the seat and ensure that I see as much as possible. In the side bubble mirrors, you can see the lines. As soon as you're aligned roughly the same distance from both lines, and obviously ensuring that the passenger from that car can open the door without hitting your door. If the assessor gives you a choice where to park, for example, you've got a bunch of empty bays, it's easiest to park on the right side, aligning your mirror with the first line of your intended bay. About now, you can start to turn, tilt your body up a bit, ensure that you see everything. If there's a car there, obviously you would pay a bit of extra attention. Now shortly I'll see the lines in the side mirror. That's about right, and then I just straighten up. As a result, you will always be accurate in forward parking. Often I get asked, what do you do if there's a one spot and it seems to be the most difficult spot? For example, next to that curb there. I'll imagine that's a parked car, so that way I can avoid the curb. Hook slightly out to open an angle. Make sure you indicate left. Make sure no one's coming from the opposite and also that no one's overtaking you. Now, as your mirror aligns with the line, the first line of your intended bay there, sure you can see that just under the base of the mirror, swing sharply left and go to the full lock position, okay? So that should get you right in there. Now, when you get to the 45-degree angle, roughly now, if you want to, you can select the park position, handbrake on, and you can step out of the car and see if that's going to work for you. So it's very easy to work out. And you can see the position, and it's not going to hit the curb, so that's quite obvious. If that's the case, you can obviously know that your reference point worked, okay? In this position, I know exactly how my front wheel's facing now. To get slightly closer to the curb without hitting it, I go slightly right, so that way I'm going to end up, evenly between the curb and the line on my left side. Shortly, I'll see the curb in my little bubble mirror. I'm still turning slightly, not too heavily. On the other side, I can see the line already, and I've still got a little bit more space there. That's why I'm turning slightly towards the right, and then I turn left to lock, and then when I'm parallel, I straighten up. And that's pretty much it, So you can see the curb in there, and you can see the line in that mirror there. As always, feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below. Drive safely, and I'll see you next time.